G'day. Asset sales 2025. The garage sale nobody asked for. What do you call it when you've sold almost everything and they come back for the rest? In 2025, we've been told it's not privatization, it's asset recycling. Same pitch, shinier graphics. Let's talk about what that really means. The official story is simple. We're unlocking capital, selling a few state assets to build hospitals and roads and schools. But look closer and you'll see something else, a shopping list, a return to the same logic that gutted us in the 80s, 90s and 2010s, just with less protest and more PowerPoint. TVNZ, Kiwibank, KiwiRail, the Crown's Farms, all back on the table. We're told it's pragmatic, sensible, nothing ideological, but there's nothing neutral about selling off your last set of house keys. Take Kiwibank, created because every other major bank was sold. It's the one tool the government has left to influence mortgage rates, business lending, and financial stability. Now, even a partial sale means giving up leverage and pretending that banks will act in the public interest with no public stake. Or KiwiRail, sold once, stripped, bought back at a massive cost. Now, in a climate crisis where smart countries are doubling down on rail, we're eyeing another round of commercialization. The farms, not just land, they're a tool for sustainable land management, water stewardship, and rural employment. Turn that into a private equity asset, and the conversation goes from soil health to shareholder returns. Behind every one of these assets is a familiar buyer. Infratil, Macquarie, BlackRock, the same infrastructure funds and banks that already profit from our power, fees and rents. They're not evil, they're just efficient. But their job is to extract value, not build national well-being. And as always, mum and dad investors are trotted out as proof this is for us. But with costs sky high, most Kiwis aren't buying shares. They're trying to pay the power bill those shares profit from. We're told this time it's different, that we're only selling bits, that 51% public ownership means control. But control without values is just shareholding, and the pattern never changes. Sell an asset, lose the long-term dividends, and then realize you still have debt, just fewer tools to manage it. New Zealand already sold more public assets per capita than almost any developed nation. And we still sit at roughly the same debt to GDP ratio as others who kept their infrastructure. So what did we gain? What a question. The deeper harm isn't just economic, it's psychological. We've lived through the fire sale. Then we lived in silence. Now we're asked to smile politely as they price the last of what we own. But we have choices. We can talk about fair tax, real investment, building back public capability and capacity. Those are harder conversations, but they're honest ones. This isn't just fiscal policy. It's a question of who New Zealand is really for. Well, thank you for being here. Please take a look at the extended written article that's linked below, and I hope to see you back soon for the final part. Cheers. See you later. Bye.